Tonight on KGW News, the extreme heat wearing on those with few ways to escape it.
It's stagnant. It just stays. You know, it's like it feels like sometimes a cesspool of nothing.
Also tonight, gym goers thought they were donating to a good cause.
We knew something was shady for a very long time.
How a fitness coach who collected money and allegedly didn't give it to charity is now facing the consequences. And later, the dream to transform a former Lloyd Center department store into a brand new hub for music.
Having a venue of that size is going to bring bigger names to Portland.
So how close are developers to bringing in a stage that might hit the sweet spot? We begin tonight with a live look over downtown Portland, 85, 86 degrees at 11 in the evening, where it feels like it's taking a whole lot longer than the past few days to cool off. But the good news as we head into day 5, we are almost through the most extreme part of this heat wave. Thanks for joining us. I'm David Mulco along with Chief Meteorologist Matt Zafino. And Matt, I know it has been a slog. I know a lot of folks are hoping for some relief and fast.
Yeah, I mean, we've got our warmest night tonight, the hottest day tomorrow, but then things are going to get a lot better as we go to tomorrow night and beyond. In Portland right now, it is 85 degrees. It's a warm night. We are running a degree or two warmer than we were at this time last night. In fact, the airport's exactly the same, but it's a degree warmer in Vancouver, 5 warmer in Hillsborough, which is saying something because out in the country like that usually cools off a little bit more quickly. But again, some places a degree or two cooler, most places a bit warmer. The Dalles a full 6 degrees warmer than 24 hours ago. Show you the records that we had today, some of them anyway. Vancouver, 101, breaking a record from 1905. So almost 120-year-old record there falling. Portland breaking its record from 1952. Salem, its record from 1956. Hood River breaking its record from 1931. And up in the Dalles, 108. That record was last set in 2010, but still amazing numbers. Just hot, right? And here we go through the night. And it's going to be a slow decline in temperatures. We're still in the 80s till about 1:20, 1:30 a.m. And then we find, well, a little bit after midnight, actually. Then we drop into the 70s. And with any luck, we'll drop down to about 69 by 5, 6 a.m. But many areas in the city will stay at around 70 to 71 for the morning low. So it is going to be a really, really warm night. And then tomorrow, the hottest of our days to come, 104. It's the last of our weather impact alert days that we've been issuing for about a week now, when the weather gets at least inconvenient and at worst dangerous and uncomfortable like it has been and will be tomorrow. But then we're back in the blue. Highs around 90, but we can handle that. That means it's not in the 90s for most of the day, just a couple hours. So again, improvement on the way, David, after tomorrow. Back to you.
One more day, we can see the other side. Thank you, Matt. Meanwhile, 4 people in the Portland metro area have now died from suspected heat-related causes. The first victim was 84 years old and was found dead Friday in northeast Portland. Then 2 men were found dead in separate locations in southeast Portland on Sunday. One was 64, the other 75 years old. We've also learned a 33-year-old man from Clackamas County died in a Portland hospital on Saturday, also from a suspected heat-related illness. Multnomah County's health officer says he suspects these deaths could have been prevented if the people had better access to ways to keep cool.
If you have an elderly neighbor, if you have somebody that is your friend or your family member who is staying alone, who doesn't have access to fans or air conditioners, please give them a call. Please check in on your neighbors. Let's pull together here and try and save folks.
Good message. We can't say it enough. While we don't know anything more about these victims or their living conditions, in 2021, the heat dome killed nearly 100 people in Oregon. Many of those were older and lived alone. Well, as we head into day 5 of this dangerous heat, we're learning emergency cooling centers in Multnomah County will stay open for at least one more day. Catherine Cook joins us with how people in East County are now finding relief. Catherine?
Well, David, certainly through cooling centers, including the only county-sponsored location in Gresham. The nonprofit running that location is also offering showers, a game changer for so many people. It's a service they provide year-round, but it's really making a difference now.
Misting water, sort of an oasis in this sweltering heat. A sign leading sun-scorched neighbors inside this hygiene hub for a chance to cool and clean off.
We all want a good shower during this time, and so I think we take for granted, many of us who have that, but there are thousands of folks in our city who don't have that.
Matthew McCarl is with the nonprofit Cultivate Initiatives. They offer help to homeless neighbors in East Multnomah County with things like housing and workforce development. At their headquarters on 146th and Stark, this is one of 3 places they offer showers. The other 2 are mobile. These shower trucks serve people all over town. Since Thursday, 117 neighbors have used them, 41 on Monday alone, about double their average.
It was a good day.
Jerry Dudley is in charge of the shower trucks. He was once homeless himself before getting help through Cultivate Initiatives.
People are so grateful for the showers. It's like, especially on a day like this. I mean, I had a gentleman say, I showered like in months and months, and I feel so much better today.
By Monday evening, Jerry was helping here at Cook Plaza on 194th and Stark. It's one of 3 cooling centers sponsored by Multnomah County and the only one in Gresham. Cultivate is running it. People like Trevor Hoagland are grateful. He's been homeless since December.
There's not many places for us to just exist, so it's really wonderful to find a place that can just take us in and allow us to exist here.
Monday marked day 4 of temperatures around 100 degrees in Portland and news of 4 heat-related deaths.
It's devastating to hear that anybody was threatened or lost their life due to heat exposure, and I think for us just really reinforces the need that we be telling our neighbors about this and we be consistently showing up.
It could save a life.
People need a chance.
Or maybe change a life for good.
I got a great chance, and I'm grateful for it.
All the things we take for granted. Multnomah County cooling centers will be open tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Noon to 10 p.m. Also, Lloyd Center will be offering a cooling room that will be open from noon until 7 p.m. And you can find all the details instead of my confusing words on KGW.com. David.
Yeah, there's a lot to keep straight on day 4 into day 5 here. The most important point, Catherine, that you mentioned, they will be open. Thank you, Catherine. Well, during this extreme heat, the city of Portland has paused its efforts to clear homeless campers, meaning they won't try to issue fines or jail time to people who violate the rules around camping. We visited Old Town today and found many people were struggling, some escaping to day centers to cool off, while others told us the relentless heat has made the neighborhood smell unbearable. One camper says it also seems to be leading to more violence.
Every time the weather gets a little bit worse, people get a little bit hotter, you know what I mean? Their temperatures, their attitude. This is the worst and hardest thing I've ever done in my whole entire life.
We understand camp removals will resume once the heat wave is over. Meanwhile, Portland Public Schools has canceled summer programming at non-air-conditioned schools through tomorrow. In a letter to families, PPS says a large number of students are scheduled to be at summer learning sites in the afternoon when the heat is most severe. District-sponsored outdoor programs are canceled as well. Summer learning at air-conditioned schools will continue. Well, new tonight, with more people trying to escape the heat on the water, there have been, unfortunately, some tragic accidents. We learned late this evening a man was severely injured after he fell off a cliff near the Molten Falls Bridge. This is a popular, albeit dangerous, place for people to jump into the Lewis River. It's also a common spot for water rescues. In this case, firefighters say the man hit the rocks at the bottom, then fell into the water. Bystanders helped out until first responders arrived. You may remember this was the same spot where a teenager was injured in 2018 after being pushed from that bridge. Well, another accident on the water to report in tonight's other headlines. Dive teams in Polk County searched throughout the day to find a teenager presumed to have drowned in the Willamette River. Witnesses say the teen was in the water at Riverview Park in Independence on Sunday when he went under and didn't resurface. The park is closed until further notice. In Vancouver, police have arrested a woman tonight they say hit and killed a man with her car and then drove off. Authorities say the victim was sitting under a tree near the Winco parking lot on Northeast Andreessen Road when he was struck this afternoon. Spray paint and evidence markers and bent branches are all that's left of that scene tonight. Officers say they used video to track down the suspect nearby. Luella Roberson is now in jail and charged with vehicular homicide. Police have not yet identified the victim. And it was a violent holiday weekend in Portland where 4 separate shootings left 3 men dead and 2 teens injured. First, a man was killed in Old Town Friday night. Then a 16-year-old was wounded in North Portland early Saturday morning. And then late Saturday night, a man was found shot to death in a motel parking lot in Northeast Portland. Finally, early Sunday morning, a man was killed and a 17-year-old hurt in a drive-by shooting on the Central East Side. So far, no one's been arrested in any of these shootings. To the race for the White House now, where this week President Biden is pushing back on calls from within the Democratic Party for him to drop out of the race. And now one Northwest senator is expressing her doubts. Washington Senator Patty Murray releasing a statement today, not quite calling for President Biden to withdraw, but coming close, saying, quote, "We need to see a much more forceful and energetic candidate on the campaign trail in the very near future in order for him to convince voters he is up to the job. At this critical time for our country, President Biden must seriously consider the best way to preserve his incredible legacy and secure it for the future." Murray also encouraged the president to lead the charge in helping people understand, quote, "what a serious threat a second Trump president would be to our democracy." Meanwhile, the president once again stating plainly today he is not going anywhere, calling into MSNBC's Morning Joe to address the Democrats speaking out against him.
I wouldn't be running if I didn't absolutely believe that I am the best candidate to beat Donald Trump in 2024. If any of these guys don't think I should run against me, go ahead, announce for president. Challenge me at the convention.
Some members of Congress are planning closed-doors meetings this week after hearing concerns from constituents following the president's debate performance, while others, including the Congressional Black Caucus, are firmly backing the president. Biden will be addressing world leaders at the NATO summit in Washington, D.C. this week, as well as holding a solo news conference. Meanwhile, Donald Trump's campaign appears to have pushed the GOP to ease the party's positions on both abortion and same-sex marriage. According to a draft policy passed ahead of next week's Republican National Convention in Milwaukee, the party set to remove language from its platform that calls for a federal abortion ban and that defines marriage as between one man and one woman. NBC News reporting the Trump campaign worked to get the most socially conservative members off the platform committee to keep them from calling for changes like the abortion ban that have been unpopular in polling. Straight ahead on KGW News at 11, a gym coach fired for collecting donations for charity that then seemed to go missing. What a local Orange Theory location is now doing, it says, to make it right. Then later, a look at the plans for some major music promoters to give Portland a new kind of concert venue. Stay with us.